Good afternoon, friends. Today we're going to make something that's very yummy and easy, two of my favorites, and it doesn't really cost a whole lot either. Today we're gonna make a taco bake, and it is so good. So let's get started. These are the items you will need. Of course, my stuff is Pioneer Woman, but you can use whatever you'd like. You need a skillet to ground the beef, and of course you need a strainer to drain all the grease. If you don't have a garbage disposal, you can just use a paper plate and some paper towels. And then you also need this, and a pie dish and a pie server, and you'll need a tablespoon measuring. And that's all the items you need. And here are all the food items you'll need. You'll need 1 pound of ground beef, 2 tablespoons of a taco seasoning. I really like the Taco Bell, and it's really not that bad of a price. You need a croissant roll. You'll need 3/4 cup of salsa and a cup of shredded cheddar cheese. And then you also need a cooking spray for your pie dish, but you can use, of course, whatever you use. But that's all the items you need. So I have sprayed my pie dish, and I have already started preheating the oven to 375, and I am cooking the ground beef. And of course I sprayed the pan before I did that, but just cooking the beef. All right, so all I'm doing now is cooking the beef, and I'm just going to chop it into smaller pieces. I don't like huge chunks of meat in my food, but if you do, then I mean, obviously cut it up however you like. All right, so while the meat is still cooking, I am going to work on getting the pie dish ready to go. So I have my croissant rolls, and I'm just going to roll them out as nicely as possible. And it has, of course, the lines there to tear. So you're going to tear them into the triangles that they come in, and then you're just going to put them around the pie dish. Try to get the edges good and smushed, and then I can kind of maneuver everything else around as I go. This is probably the trickiest part of this recipe that I've struggled with many a times. All right, so that's how it should look. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but as long as it's all filled up. All right, so my ground beef is done, and of course I'm going to drain all that grease out. And honestly, I even keep the stovetop on while I'm doing this, just because this pan is about to go right back to it, and I just kind of try to wipe out the grease a little bit of the pan, just so it's not a whole bunch of grease caked in there, because you're going to use this pan again. All right, so we just give this a little shaky shake, and then I'm going to put it back into this pan. Along with the 3/4 cup of salsa. And then I'm going to just kind of stir that in a little bit, and then I'm going to put this back on the eye where I was just cooking the meat on. All right, so this is back on the eye, and then I'm going to take my 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning. Maybe just a tad bit more. And then I'm going to let this kind of simmer in and get all those ingredients good and mixed up for 5 minutes. All right, so now our mixture is cooked and it was simmered. So now I'm just going to pour it into the pie dish. And then I'm going to spread it around so it covers every, you know, part of the bottom of this. Oh, I wish y'all could smell it. It smells so good. Having that meat cooked in with that taco seasoning and salsa, whew, it smells so good. And I am hungry. I wish this was already ready. So next I'm going to do is just sprinkle some yummy cheesy goodness on this. And like I said, this is a simple, easy recipe, so of course you can, you know, make this a little harder if you want to, like shred your own chicken. I mean, chicken. There's no chicken in here, Katie. My goodness. All right, so what I was saying was, you can shred your own cheese or you can just buy it. Like I said, I'm going to be working soon, so more of my recipes are gonna be a little easier, simple ones. For women that, or men that work and want a home cooked meal. Now I'm going to stick this in the oven for 14 to 17 minutes. And during that 14 to 17 minutes is when I start cleaning up after myself. And that is the end result. Hope you guys make it and like it, but I love you guys and thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you next time.